Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got breaking news coming out for you in Texas regarding the southern border. Okay, really big problems going on down here. Just yesterday, we got word that the Supreme Court of the United States has voted in favor of removing the razor wire that Texas Governor Abbott along with the Texas National Guard, had recently placed razor wire along the border, taking control of several areas using the Texas National Guard. And this razor wire was placed along the border in several areas to prevent these illegal migrants from coming into the country. And now we just had the Supreme Court voted to have it removed, okay? The Biden administration recently came out and said they were going to fight this in court and try to get it removed. And the decision was 5-4 with the judges at the Supreme Court. So it barely passed 5-4. So this is really big news to me because we could have really, really big problems down here. I am hearing that the Texas National Guard, along with, Governor Abbott, also Representative Chip Roy in Texas. They are all stating that they're going to defy these orders. They're going to secure their border as they should, protect their sovereignty, protect their state and their citizens. And, we're going to have a big issue here. We're going to have a big clash at some point, and hopefully it doesn't get violent. But Texas is fighting back against the federal government of the United States. So we're seeing big problems down here. I've got this playing here for you. So this is the Texas National Guard. It looks like they're getting up and moving towards the border right now. As you can see, they've got riot shields and even face shields. So, we're preparing for a showdown here, definitely, people. So I mean, it's getting crazy down here what's happening, and this has escalated so quickly just over the last week. Basically, since Governor Abbott came out and said, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and use the Texas National Guard and secure our border," because this really is an invasion. What's going on down here, everybody? This is not just few illegal migrants trying to come into the country and seek a better life. No, this is literally an invasion, and the Biden administration is allowing this to happen. Okay, just about a week ago as well, we had 3 migrants who died. Basically, they died in the river trying to cross the river, and Texas National Guard which was commanded by Texas Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott said, "Do not intervene and do not allow the Border Patrol at all to basically rescue these migrants." So they didn't, and unfortunately, a woman and 2 children had drowned in the river. It's very unfortunate. This shouldn't have happened, and now there's the blame going back and forth on whose fault is it. Is it the fault of Texas and the National Guard and Governor Abbott, or is this the fault of the Biden administration? It's such a controversial thing, but ultimately the Biden administration has been literally asking these migrants to come into the U.S. So opening up our border and saying, "Come in." So obviously we're going to have problems down here. There's going to be, people getting injured. I just put out a report just yesterday that there's many different animals, dogs that are being left here at the border. And they're just being left there to die, and because many of them can't come in once they get to the processing centers, they don't allow the dogs in. So the dogs are just there to starve and die on the side of the road or by these rivers where they literally can't come into the country. So lots of big issues down here, and I will tell you for sure, Texas looks like they're going to put up a fight, and they are not going to give in to what the Biden administration and the Supreme Court has ruled. Okay, so they're gonna fight till the bitter end here, and they're gonna secure their border, because it looks to me, I said this just a few days ago, that Texas looks like they're finally fed up. I'm sure they have been for a long time, but this has been going on for several years now, and someone's got to put an end to this because Texas is getting hit the hardest. Most of these migrants are flowing into Texas more than they are in any other state. So it's a big deal what's going on down here, and I think it's important to talk about this so that we're all aware of what's happening down here. And something that I've been kind of speculating and thinking about is there a possibility that in the near term here we may see Texas try to secede from the United States, leave the United States and become their own independent, state? Or I don't know, because for one, Texas doesn't really stand at all for what majority of the policies are in America right now. They're very independent, and I don't think they want to be a part of this. But I was just thinking about that. I don't know if that'll happen, but it was just something that I thought about. I thought I'd put my 2 cents in, and maybe it'll spark up some conversation and we can discuss that. So let me know what you think down below in the comments, and we can talk about that. So yeah, that's the footage there coming out from the border. I've also got a tweet here from Texas Governor Greg Abbott. So he put this out just yesterday, right after the Supreme Court had ruled to remove the razor wire down at the border. Texas Governor Abbott said, this is not over. Texas razor wire is an effective deterrent to the illegal crossings Biden encourages. I will continue to defend Texas's constitutional authority to secure the border and prevent the Biden admin from destroying our property. Okay, so there you go. He is not going to give in here. He's going to put his foot down, keep the Texas National Guard there, and they are completely defying orders when it comes to the Border Patrol is supposedly supposed to be allowed to come down here and remove the razor wire. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it doesn't get violent down there, but there's a good possibility that it could. I really hope it doesn't. But we'll have to see in the coming days. I'm sure what's going on down here is going to escalate very, very quickly. So I've also got an article here. Let's go over this real quick. It talks about the whole situation going on down here, a little bit about Chip Roy. So I want you guys to see this. So Chip Roy, he's a representative for Texas, urges Texas officials to ignore Supreme Court order on border razor wire. And he says, go to hell. All right. So he is definitely putting his foot down as well and saying, you know what? Don't even follow their orders. Just keep defending that border, because the border is being overrun. I completely understand. And there is, hundreds of thousands of people coming in at any given time, and it's getting really bad down there. And this really is a humanitarian crisis, and the people that are being affected the most is Texas, okay? So Roy called the Supreme Court's 5-4 decision unconscionable. Chip Roy, is calling on Lone Star State officials to ignore a recent Supreme Court order that cleared the way for federal officials to cut down razor wire placed along the border on Republican Governor Greg Abbott's orders. They have a duty under the Constitution and every other norm of leadership in any sovereign state to protect your citizens, period, full stop. There is no exception to that. Roy told Fox News Digital on Tuesday, and if the Supreme Court wants to ignore that truth, which a slim majority did, Texas leaders still have the duty to defend their people. I completely agree with that. At the end of the day, that is their duty. The people in power in Texas, the Texas National Guard, it is their duty to defend their state. I think this really should have been done a long time ago, but at least it's being done now. Something is being done about it. And he said it's like if someone's breaking into your house and the court says, oh, sorry, you can't defend yourself. What do you tell the court? You tell the court to go to hell. You defend yourself and then figure it out later. Once again, completely agree with that. So Roy said earlier on X, the opinion is unconscionable and Texas should ignore it on behalf of the Border Patrol agents who will be put in a worse position by the opinion and the Biden administration's policies. The Supreme Court issued a 5-4 decision on Monday allowing Customs and Border Patrol agents to resume destruction of barbed wire placed by Texas officials along the Rio Grande to deter migrants and trying to cross into the U.S. illegally. The one-page order, which did not offer any explanation, is a win for the Biden administration amid an ongoing standoff with Texas over how to handle the border crisis. The administration said the wire endangered lives and impeded federal officials in performing their duties. When asked about the lack of explanation, Roy targeted the 2 conservative justices who voted with the court's 3 liberals. I mean, I don't know. You got to go talk to John Roberts, Amy Coney Barrett. There's no excuse for it. And Amy Coney Barrett, as far as I know, was appointed by Trump. So I think this is a big deal because, as far as I know, she voted in favor for this too. So that's a big problem. National Border Patrol Council President Brandon Judd argued the decision would encourage more illegal immigration. Agents support what Texas was trying to accomplish in the absence of true border security policies from this administration, he said. Excuse me, the razor wire was put up as part of Abbott's Operation Lone Star, an initiative aimed to empowering Texas law enforcement to crack down on the migrant crisis that sent local and state governments across the country into crisis over strained resources and space. This is not over, Abbott vowed on X. I will continue to defend Texas constitutional authority to secure the border and prevent the Biden admin from destroying our property, as I just showed you. So, really, what's happening down here is absolutely crazy. I can't believe that this is happening in the United States. It's unbelievable, the amount of corruption and everything that's just going on, you know, but that's my opinion. That's how I really feel about it. I'm not sure how you guys feel. How do you feel about it? Go ahead and comment down below. Tell me what you think about this situation. You know, does it upset you? Do you think that it's okay to allow all these people to come in like this illegally? You know, how do you really feel about it? Go ahead and comment down below and tell me what you think, because I'm curious to know what you guys are thinking about this, okay? So, again, just to recap here. So, the Biden administration had the Supreme Court rule on whether the border's razor wire that was placed up by the Texas National Guard could be removed, and they did vote in favor of that. Okay, so as far as I know, they're going to be down there starting to remove this razor wire. And is the Texas National Guard going to stand by and allow this to happen, or are they going to prevent the Border Patrol and stand up for their state and their country as well? So, not sure what's going to happen. There's not a whole lot of information other than this right now. I'm sure over the next couple of days we will be getting more information about this, but that's the latest update on the border. Definitely doesn't look good down there, and if you're in Texas, be very careful because things could get crazy down there, especially if you're near the border. Try to stay out of that mess and don't get involved in it because it may get nasty here very soon. So that's going to be the latest on what's going on down at the U.S. southern border, primarily in Texas. Hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope you learned something from it. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, and YouTube will notify you as soon as we put out new updates. And we got videos like this coming out every day. So appreciate you being here, guys. Hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care. God bless. We'll see you all in the next one.